Hey guys, this is Charlene at CrowSong Lodge, and I'm back again with another video. Yes, I did say Charlene instead of Nathara because our podcast, We Witches 3, is starting to take off a lot, and I do use my legal name on that. I am going to switch back to using my legal name in my everyday affairs instead of my chosen name, which is Nathara. So, hi, I'm Charlene. Today I am just dropping off a quick video. I was feeling a little ranty earlier, and so I wanted to touch on twin flames briefly. I'm not going to launch into the whole unraveling of the topic because I already did that on my Patreon, and you can join my Patreon and go read it. It's like, or listen to it rather, or watch it. It's a video. And it's like 40 minutes long, so it's a very long discussion, and I'm not going to do that to you over here on YouTube. But one thing that I want to talk about when it comes to the twin flame relationship, and I'll put a link in the description somewhere that talks about what a twin flame relationship is. But one of my major issues with a twin flame relationship is the question of free will. And the other one is the question of health. So that's all I'm going to talk about here in this YouTube video. And if you want to hear the rest of what I have to say about twin flames, you can go check that out on my Patreon. So yes, twin flames and free will. If you look back on my channel, there's a lot of videos, so I won't make you do that. But if you look back, you'll see that I have this issue with the concept of one true love. And if you ask me for a reading about your one true love, you're probably going to set me off, and you'll end up with a YouTube video as a result. But I am so completely against the idea of one true love. And that is because it conflicts with the idea of free will. And the real his poor little face is healing, so he's all itchy. The real problem with the real crux of that issue for me is that if you have one true love and that person decides to do something stupid, not even like do something stupid like marry Suzanne and move to the UK, and like, what are you even going to do about that now since you live in Texas and whatever, like you're never going to cross paths. But what if they do something really stupid, like you guys have lived in the same town your whole lives and you finally meet, and then they decide to go drunk driving and run their car off a cliff? Like, where does that leave you? You just met your one true love, your twin flame, and now they're dead, and now you have no chance to find real love in your lifetime. Like, that's pretty messed up. If that's the system that universe or source or the gods have set up for us, like that'd be messed up. And it really, that's not the universe or source or the gods that I know. And yes, I do believe in a universe, a separate source, and a huge large group of gods separate from universe or source. So, but I think that would be a pretty messed up system, and it's completely inconsistent with everything else I know about the universe and source and the gods. I don't think they would be mean and cruel like that, and they would not provide us with other options. And if they do provide us with other options, then we've eliminated the concept of one true love, and that we have to question twin flames. On top of that, the twin flame concept is really an unhealthy concept when you get down to the nitty-gritty of it. Okay, the whole idea that you are not an incomplete person, that you are not a complete person or a complete soul without finding someone else, already feels wrong to me. I am complete simply as I am. As the person I am, standing solo on my lonely mountaintop, I am already complete. Might be lonely, but I am complete. I am one single, complete, beautiful unit. And so from the outset, being incomplete doesn't jive with the rest of everything I know about our reality. Secondly, this dichotomy of male and female, two halves that then have to make a whole on this weird gender or biology based dichotomy also doesn't jive with the universe that I know. And then on top of that, this conflict that's set up where one half of the twin flame and the other half are supposed to be polar opposites, polar and complementary opposites, but that they have this great conflict to overcome, and the dichotomy where there's this chaser runner dynamic, and like one person is going to be resistant to the relationship until like eventually they wake up or are worn down and suddenly realize that this other person is their person, and this could take years and years and decades and lifetimes. That sounds terrible. Like, just horrible. So that really strongly makes me question, like, which god is responsible for this nonsense? What universe is going to set this up this way? Shockingly, even though religion and spirituality is mocked by the scientific community for being irrational and illogical and inconsistent, in my spiritual practice, I have found it to be shockingly consistent and shockingly reasonable. So that feels very inconsistent with the rest of reality that I know. So I really, really have to question it. Not to mention the fact that having grown up in a metaphysical and New Age household with a psychic for a mother who was a master Rosicrucian, I never heard of this twin flame thing until I was doing readings online, until I joined the psychic reader community. And that includes, you know, growing up with my mom and her friends, growing up in New Age shops and hanging around events there, and then going online and hanging around various forums and communities there as well. So it's very confusing for me that this concept didn't exist before then, or at least wasn't talked about by anyone, not in any books that I knew, not on any shows that I watched, not on any conversations that people were having. So yeah, I'm gonna tell you straight up, I don't believe in twin flames at all. And even if I did, I would be opposed to them anyway. I would be like, forget it, let's break the system. But so if you want to hear more about me nitpicking all the different aspects of the twin flame concept and how it doesn't work with the rest of the concepts in New Age spirituality, metaphysics, witchiness, and other spiritual aspects of alternative faiths, then you can go over to my Patreon and check it out. I'm going to stop this here though and just say, don't ever believe theories whole cloth. Every time you learn something, no matter who it's from, even me, take it back to yourself and think, does this fit in with the rest of everything else? How does it make me feel? Does it make me feel good? Does it make me feel bad? Do I feel kind of about it? Does it make sense to me? Please question everything. And yeah, so this is a little shorty video, and I will talk to you guys later. This is Charlene at CrowSong Lodge signing out. Bye.